Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well today. I have got a beer that's recently been released in Lidl, and it appears to be their version of Brewdog's Punk IPA. Punk IPA been around for many years now. Changed the game really for British craft beer. Recent years, Aldi have released their version of it, which was called their Anti-Establishment, which wasn't terrible, to be fair. And it seems that Lidl have gone for it now, and they've released a new range of beers, and they're under the name of Down South Brewing, a bit like Aldi have the Hop Foundry. It seems like Lidl have done something with obviously a contract brewer, giving them a name. So they've gone with Down South Brewing, and this is their counterculture modern IPA, coming in at 5.4% ABV. I mean, that to me just says Punk IPA. It's even got the one for the blue can. So, yeah, counterculture, modern IPA, 5.4% ABV. They're doing these in a pack of 4 in Lidl. I think I paid £4.50 for the 4-pack. So, yeah, it says nothing on this can. It says allergy advice, contains barley and wheat. It's got some storage instructions. I think for additional information, it tells you to visit the website, but I ain't going to do that right now. But yeah, it's just got Lidl's address, Lidl Great Britain Limited, and then Lidl Ireland address as well. So no information whatsoever about the beer, who's brewed it, any of that. Keeping it very close to their chest. So anyway, let's get this counterculture modern IPA out of the can, into the glass, see if it's any good. I'm not sure what the ABV on Punk IPA is nowadays, because it's been reduced again, isn't it? Is it? Perhaps someone can answer me in the comments below. Has Brewdog Punk IPA now gone down to 5.4? Or is it 5.6? Not too sure. But yeah, here's the IPA in the glass. It's got kind of a traditional IPA look about it. Generally pretty good levels of carbonation. Other than that, she is crystal clear. Crystal clear. I do apologise for the dirty glass. But yeah, that's a crystal clear IPA. Gentle carbonation rolling up the glass. It's maintained sort of half a finger of a slightly creamy looking white head. But yeah, let's stick me snout in. See what the aroma's telling us, if anything. Yeah, a little bit of grapefruit. Subtle tropical fruit. From, I'm assuming some sort of hop has gone into this. And already quickly that aroma's dying out. It's not a strong one. But a bit of grapefruit. Subtle tropical fruit. A little bit of mango. Tiny bit of pineapple. But grapefruit. Bit of a malt, slight sort of biscuity malt aroma to it as well. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Cheers. There's the tiniest bit of tropical fruit that hits your tongue as soon as you take a swig. It fades out very, very quickly. Well carbonated. There's a bit of that biscuity, sort of like a biscuity, slightly sweet malt character to it. A little bit of bitterness that's lingering now on the palate. Yeah, subtle tropical fruit, subtle grapefruit, bit of pineapple. And then in comes the bitterness. And you're left with just that, I want to say it's piney, but it's not. It tastes, I'll be honest, it tastes slightly metallic. Slight metallic bitterness at the back end of this beer, which is lingering. You're left with it. It's not It's not quite unpleasant. I'm not going to go as far as to say it's unpleasant, but it's not very good. It's not very good. It's not the most appetizing or tasty end to an IPA I've ever had. It covers all bases, really. You have that kind of slightly tropical fruit flavour at the beginning. Blink and you miss it though. There's a bit of malt character mid-palate, bit of that sort of biscuity, bready, toffee sort of flavours coming through. And then at the end, you're left with a slight bit of hoppy bitterness at the back end, but it's, like I say, that bitterness, it's just clouded for me by a slightly metallic, slightly cheap, artificial tasting finish. It's cheaply made. That is what I'm going to say. It's not the worst IPA I've ever had. It, like I say, it covers all bases. They've made an effort, but you can tell, at least for me anyway, that the ingredients that have gone into this have been cheap and used very sparingly. That is my assumption of this beer. Bit of tropical fruit. Here comes the malt. That fades out. Here comes the bitterness. And just when it comes, it hits it, just as it hits its peak. Normally it's at that stage where a good IPA will put a smile on my face. It doesn't quite come with this. Say that bitter rush at the back end doesn't quite taste very natural to me. There's a bit of a metallic-y edge to it that's just slightly off-putting. But it's drinkable. A few of these, as cold as you can get them, would be my advice. Just to kind of numb down that slightly metallic bitterness at the end. But other than that, it's cheap and cheerful. It's cheap and cheerful. I don't want to bash it too much. Like I say, it's actually quite drinkable. And if you have it nice and cold, you probably won't get that slight metallic edge at the back end. But yeah, it's not really one to write home about, this one. I'd be interested to put this up against the original Punk IPA. Perhaps I'll do that for a video. I don't know if Aldi still sell the anti-establishment. Perhaps I'll do that. Do Punk IPA against Counterculture against anti-establishment and see which one I prefer. I think I might do that. I've just come up with an epiphany. There you go. Finish it off. See, it can't be that bad. I polished it off. Yeah, Counterculture. Modern IPA from Down South Brewing, or Lidl. Like I say, I think it's $4.50 for a pack of 4. So it's not even the cheapest IPA in the world either. So I'm going to go slap bang down the middle. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's just about enough to put it in the bang average mark. So 5 out of 10. Once again, Lidl's. It's under the Down South Brewing name. Go check it out if you fancy a go on that. Counterculture, modern IPA, 5.4% ABV. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up if you have. And until my next one, you take care.